Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to Train Life. And today I thought I'd have a look at this scenarios list because, to be honest, I've been just doing the career mode pretty much the whole time. I've been trying to level up cities, I've been making the requirements for different drop-off points and different cities, trying to do the general leveling up, and I've pretty much neglected these scenarios. I think there's 20 scenarios that come with it, and that's if you haven't got the Orient Express. I've not got the Orient Express, but I think the Orient Express perhaps adds another 7 to that list. So there's quite a few of these, and these scenarios are good if you don't yet own a certain locomotive. You can come in here and you can have a look. You see they use different locomotives, so if you're about to buy a locomotive, you can come in here and you can test it out first, see if you like it, and then you can use your in-game money to pick one up in the career mode. Of course, not all these are unlocked at the beginning. As you level up in the career mode, more and more of these scenarios will unlock. So I thought I'd jump into one of these today, just a short one, and this is a call run between Ostrava and Prague, and it should take us an estimated time of 14.5 to 18 minutes. So why don't we jump into this one and we'll see how we get on. So you're against the clock on all these scenarios, and if you're a trophy hunter, there is a trophy to actually... Let me just do this first.
This is the operator. We're prepared to receive you.
There is a trophy for beating all these times, these estimated times. And so far, the ones I've done, I haven't beat the estimated time. And that's with a lot of practice too, really. Let's get the lights on, by the way. Let's see if we can do it on this one. So it's just a short one. The fog looks pretty good, I've got to say it. We've still got the matrix effect at the moment on the windscreen that you can probably see. Hopefully that's in a patch coming up soon. I think that's pretty much affecting everybody. So pick up the coal wagons is the first task, so let's do that. It's guiding us to the pickup point. This is fairly straightforward. Now, when we're against the clock, as soon as I get the prompt now to pick up the wagons, I'm going to do that. Normally, in career mode, I will kind of drive along this pickup point all the way to the end, as you would do sort of in a real situation if you were driving. But in this case, I'm not going to do that because it's going to add a few seconds on, and we want to see if we can do this. So let's put these on the track. Let's hook them together. I think we've only got that one contract, so that's good. Ready to go. So, drive towards the steel mill. So let's do that. Yeah, the fog looks pretty good. The fog is foggy. Now I'm going to do my best to keep to the speed limit and run up to the full speed limit given our timings. I like these warehouses. These warehouses and coal mines, a lot of them have got these loops at the end, so you don't have to turn the train around. It's quite nice. I'm rocking my company livery there. It's a kind of pink-red number. So once you choose a livery in your company, any train that you pick up after that will be sporting those colours. So I've actually changed it. There's no penalty for changing. If you just fancy a change, you can do that. And you can go and change the company colours. I did start with blue and white, I think. And then I went for red and white, and I've now settled on this one, which is a kind of red and pink colour scheme. But you can change that as much as you want, no penalty on that. And I'm speeding, which won't help me. So I want to maintain the speed though. So hoping you guys are enjoying the game. I know the Xbox has got a few issues at the moment. This is the PlayStation 5 of course, but yeah, Xbox has got a few issues, and hopefully they'll be addressed soon. But if you look at this PlayStation 5 version, you'll be able to see what the game should run like. And you know, me personally, I've had very few issues. The matrix effect is probably the biggest one that I've got on the windscreen, but obviously you don't see that if you run like this on the outside. But hopefully fixes are coming soon, because it is a very good game. Let's look around the cameras. This is the back view. In the cab. I do like this fog. I wonder if this fog occurs in the career mode as well, because I've not seen that yet. I've only seen it in this scenario. So we're making our way to Prague steel mill, and once we get to the steel mill we'll get the prompt to announce ourselves and get access. The one thing I've found now about playing scenarios is that the scenario asks you to do certain tasks in certain orders, and having played career mode, I'm kind of sort of preempting it. I keep doing this and I keep looking to give myself access, but you've got to do it the same sort of order that it's telling you up there in the task. So we need to get near to Prague steel mill, and it'll give us the prompt, and then we'll be able to carry on. So I need patience, is what I need. I'm running up to this 80 limit because I want to save as much time as possible. Don't forget, you guys, as well, to check the Discord. Have a look out, search for the Train Life Discord. There are some links in the tutorial videos, but it's occurred to me that the links that I put in there to Discord expire after 7 days. So if you click one of those links, you may find it doesn't work, but just look on Discord and search for the Train Life server. You should find it's run by Simteract. I'll remove the links, I think, from the videos because I didn't realise at first they would expire. But most Mondays there is a community stream on the Simteract channel, so on YouTube and on Twitch. So go and follow those guys there as well. And there is one tonight as I'm recording this. This is Monday, the 3rd of October. There is one tonight, so hopefully there is some updates on what's happening fix-wise, and just generally what's happening with any further development of the game. I'm not aware of any roadmap, but it would be nice to know if there is anything else coming for this down the line, apart from bug fixes. So that's the place to be. Now, normally I would stream early in the week, but as we've got this stream tonight, I will run the Train Life stream later this week, so keep an eye on the community posts on my channel for when I'll be going live with that. If you're interested, and thank you very much for those who've recently subscribed, I appreciate that. And hopefully the tutorial videos have helped you a little bit if you're new to the game. Right, so we've got a 90 coming up. This actually is one of the better views. I quite like this view. It's the kind of cab ride view, isn't it, that you get on YouTube if you watch any of those videos. It's quite an interesting view. Right, where is that 90 speed limit? Is this it? There we go. One thing I'm not quite clear about yet in the game, and I've said it before in the live streams, is when you do get an indication in the HUD at the top that a speed change is coming, it's not always obvious when that's going to be. And also it will warn you about a speed change. Then if you end up turning left or right, then that speed change might not apply to you. So therefore, you know, you can accelerate or decelerate depending what it's telling you the next speed is, and then it won't apply to you. So, you know, in the case of slowing down, that can hold you up, especially in these scenarios. There must be some method there that I've not quite twigged. Obviously the signals will tell you with the flashing lights whether or not the signal is coming up, and it will give you a warning of a speed change, but it's just if it applies to you is the thing I'm not entirely 100% straight on yet. But in real life that will be a route learning thing. If you're a driver on this route, you'd obviously learn the route and you'd know all the speed changes, but on a map this size, and it's a big map, isn't it, you're not going to learn the whole map, you're not going to learn all the speed changes. So we've gone into a 50 and I really need to bring that down. And that was my case in point. There was a 50 coming up, but it didn't seem as though we were in an area there's 50. I've kind of seen that there's two sort of areas where there's 50. As you're coming into a station, quite often is a 50 limit. Oh, leaving a station, of course, is a 50 limit. And the other time you get a 50 limit is if you get one of these surprise rail construction areas or track work, which can pop up on you out of the blue, and if you don't get your speed down on those ones, you kind of twist through the construction area, and it's very, very easy to derail on those. Got a 90 going down to an 80 just now. So there's a temptation to go quite fast all the time, but the speed changes are so numerous, you can't really do that. So the estimate for this was 14.5 minutes to 18, and we are currently on just over 11 minutes, so it's not far to go now. And I'm just watching the speed. Next speed limit is 50, so I want to keep the speed up, but I'm also trying to be cautious. Now, are we going to go right here? It's not asking us to switch the points as yet, but we could be coming up to Prague. So, yeah, you see, it told us it was going to be 50, but I'm presuming that means if we were going to the right, it was going to be 50. So I've slowed down, and now we've got a 90 with next speed limit 80. So that's the case in point I was just talking about. But that's fine. I'm hoping very shortly it asks us to announce our way into Prague Steel Mill. Then at least we know we are just about there. This fog isn't lifting though. It's a pea super, as my mother would say. Now the other thing I don't know is if you do speed, I don't know if there is a penalty for that once you get to the end. We'll have to have a quick look at the summary screen when we get to the end, because there's a couple of times where I have been over speed a little bit, not much. But if you're beating the clock, you might go fast, you see, and you can cheat if you're not going to get fined, or you're not going to, you're not going to have any money taken away or points or whatever. Then you could cheat and you could speed, but I need to test that. I've not done enough of these yet to know. Right, so I can see the entrance to the station coming up. We've not been asked to announce ourselves, so I think we're going right here and we're bypassing it, which we are. It hasn't asked us to announce ourselves yet, so I'm assuming on the left. This must be Prague Main, and I don't want to flick the map up just in case. Actually, we can see here it's actually Bruno Main. I don't want to flick the map up because I don't know if you flick the map up whether the timer still runs. So let's keep going. Next speed limit's of 50. So we've got an 80 going down to a 50 according to that sign. Switch it to the right. See, the 50's gone again. We're back to next speed an 80, so yeah, it's confusing that. It is confusing. There's the 80. And the other thing that I've noticed, certainly in this scenario, we haven't seen any AI and we've not had any random events yet. No animals on the track, no trains crossing or broken trains. So again, I don't know if that even appears in the scenarios. Perhaps it doesn't. Right, we're on 15 minutes 45. So we're in the estimate right now. We've not even announced our arrival yet. Let's just look if it's coming up. Prague Steel Mill is at the bottom of the list, so we're just about getting into that area. But I'm waiting for it to prompt me. I'm not going to do it manually, because I don't want to mess the scenario up. Still in an 80 limit. I'm hoping it's going to give us the prompt to contact the steel mill fairly soon and not at the last minute. When I'm doing this, you see, if I see, I keep checking. If I see it appear in the list, I do it straight. I do it straight away the minute that I see it, because quite often, when you get to your destination, there's enough going on without having to kind of last minute get access. Plus, as you saw in the correct approach video that I did, once you've announced that you're getting to a destination, you can then on PlayStation press the touchpad and be directed straight to the drop-off track. So I like to do that as well. I like to get everything set up early, so all we have to do is just concentrate on speed once we get to the destination. And we've gone past the estimate in 10 seconds. I'm going to put more speed in for this section. It is 120. we've got a 70 coming up. So it is very speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. And there's no telling where this 70 board is. Right, so now we can request access.
Station operating. You're clear to arrive.
And it's actually selected the drop-off track for us. This is where the speed will go down, so let me get the brakes on. Straight to 70, then we'll have a 50 just as we arrive. And the next task is drop off the core wagons. So we're not that far behind time, are we? So this is the 50. Now this is where, depending on your speed, switching the switches can be tricky. Even at the full 50 miles per hour. But it looks like we're good. It's quite an easy one to get into, this one. And once again, I'm just going to stop at the entrance so that we don't waste any time. So this is the drop-off track. Get the speed off. Get the emergency brake on. Let's do the uncoupling. So we'll uncouple those, confirm the delivery and finish. And that is it. So here's the summary screen once the saving content button goes. So we did it in 19 minutes 48. So we were 1 minute 48 slower than estimated. So those times, there was a couple of times where I did run below the speed limit, but still those times are quite tight, aren't they? In my opinion. It says the last delivery of coal from a collapsed mine. Nothing too serious, thankfully, just some minor damage. So there's a list of the objectives that we did. We got 25,598 money reward. A decent chunk of XP, 1,163 XP. First time I did it, so I got 100% bonus. But we did get 7% knocked off for arriving late, which was a bit of a shame. So, hope you enjoyed that. That's just something else I wanted to look at. I'll probably run a few more of these, to be honest. If you've got a favourite scenario that you've already run, if you're quite a way through this list, let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll run that one and I'll use that to decide what order I do these in. But that was a short one. Quite enjoyed it. Hope you did too. If you did, please leave me a like. That's always helpful for me in getting the channel noticed by more players. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please hit that bell so that when I do go live, you're the first ones to know about it. Thanks everybody, take care, see you on the next one.